So the suspect that has been identified by our Kootenai County Coroner's Office, Coroner Duke Johnson there, has been identified as Wess Roley, date of birth of May 1st, 2005. As of right now, and this is all very, very preliminary, we've had a lot of resources at the crime scene. We've been working through the night, so many of these facts are subject to change. We believe that Roley has prior residence in California, Arizona, and Idaho. We believe he was born in California. The Kootenai County Sheriff's Office and Coeur d'Alene Police Department, we've had 5 interactions with Roley, and of those 5 interactions, we've had 3. Coeur d'Alene Police had 2. They're very, very minor in nature. They had to do with more trespassing. He was trespassing at a location. He was asked to leave, and he cooperated. We had some welfare checks on Roley, and very, very minor. We don't show any criminal history for Roley. The crime scene is active. We still have the suspect's vehicle that is up down an embankment of the mountain. Deputies who responded on scene to protect life and engage the suspect thought it would be in their best interest to get rid of what they thought was Roley's vehicle. So they had the frame of mind to push it over the side so he couldn't come around and get in that vehicle and flee. So we have not been able to find any manifesto. We have not been able to inventory the vehicle, although people that have seen the vehicle do believe it appeared as if he was living in the vehicle. There was a lot of debris that's in the vehicle, so. I'd like to give you an update on the fire that we believe Roley started. Roley was found to be in possession of a flint starter, and we believe that was his method for starting the fire. That eventually led to firefighters responding. So as of right now, the fire is at 26 acres. It has not grown. It is a slow progress because it's very difficult terrain to get assets, ground assets up there. They are putting, Idaho Department of Lands is putting a lot of water on it from aerial supports, so that's going rather well. They believe they'll have a fire line around it by dark tonight. Also, we don't find that there's any nexus to any Islamic Jihad, which is also being disseminated on social media. We don't find that there's a nexus to that either. It appears that he shot himself. We have information that he at one time wanted to be a firefighter. So we don't know if there's a nexus to that desire and what happened yesterday, but there is information that we've received that he at one time wanted to be a firefighter. So we're still processing the scene. It's going to take a few days to do that, especially with the current fire that's there.
I woke up to a phone call this morning from my brother, and he was like, dude, you're not gonna believe this. I said, what? And he said, your roommate's name was Wess Roley, right? And I said, yeah. And he sent me the picture of him, and I read the news, and honestly, I was just freaking out really bad. My mom was freaking out. My whole family met him, and they've talked to him, and it's scary because I don't know, he could have flipped at any time and did that to us or my family, you know, and it's just a really scary thing to think about, and I can't believe what he did. I mean, that is an absolutely disgusting thing to do. You know, my heart goes out to those firefighters' families because I respect law enforcement and firefighters especially. And it hurts my heart, but it also scares the crap out of me because he lived in my home under my roof and while I was sleeping, and you just never know when someone can snap, I guess. But I'm just kind of in a little bit of shock about the whole thing. No, he didn't have any firearms, because that was something that I asked when he moved in here, is if he had firearms, because I have children that live here on the weekends, and you know, I need to know, obviously, because I want to know if who I'm living with has a firearm. But he didn't have any. He traveled very light. He kept most of his stuff in his van. He just had a mattress, and I even let him use a dresser so that he had somewhere to put his clothes. But I mean, he didn't really have a whole lot with him when he was here. So towards the end, he started acting a little weird, and I don't know why, but you know, we just explained to him we needed our own space, and our family's growing, you know, and I just didn't like the whole incident with the gang signs and stuff like that. I mean, my kids come here on the weekends, and I don't want them around anything like that. So